Welcome, everyone, to Future Forward Education, our weekly forum dedicated to exploring the evolving landscape of learning. Today, we delve into a critical question. Is classroom technology a powerful tool for educational advancement, or does it present a significant hindrance to genuine, deep learning? To discuss this, we have two distinguished guests, Dr. Sarah Evans, an educational technologist who champions the thoughtful integration of technology, and Mr. David Miller, a veteran teacher who brings a more cautionary perspective on its widespread adoption. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here. I firmly believe that technology, when implemented thoughtfully and strategically, is not just beneficial, but truly a transformative force for improving education across the board, making learning more accessible, engaging, and relevant. Consider student engagement. Interactive whiteboards, educational apps, and multimedia content can capture and hold student interest far more effectively than traditional, static textbooks alone ever could. We're seeing students lean into learning with these tools, taking active roles in their educational journeys. Furthermore, technology facilitates personalized learning pathways. Adaptive software, for instance, can intelligently adjust to individual student paces and preferred learning styles, offering tailored support and challenges, ensuring that no student is left behind or held back unnecessarily by a one-size-fits-all approach. The internet also provides unparalleled access to a vast repository of up-to-date information and diverse global perspectives, extending learning far beyond the physical confines of the classroom walls and often outdated textbooks. This fosters a spirit of inquiry and independent research. Crucially, developing familiarity and proficiency with digital tools is no longer a luxury but a fundamental necessity for our students' future careers in an increasingly digital world. We are not just teaching subjects, we are equipping them with essential 21st century skills. For example, collaborative online platforms are revolutionizing group projects, allowing students to co-create in real time, manage tasks, and learn from each other, irrespective of physical location. Moreover, sophisticated simulations for subjects like science or history enable immersive, risk-free experimentation and experiential learning that was previously impossible or too costly to implement.
Thank you, Alex. While I acknowledge that technology possesses certain potential, I must express my significant concerns that its current, often uncritical and widespread implementation in classrooms frequently hinders the fundamental aspects of genuine learning. One of my primary worries is the pervasive issue of distraction and demonstrably reduced attention spans. The constant lure of notifications, embedded games, and social media on student devices creates a battle for focus that many students are ill-equipped to fight. Then there's the stark reality of the digital divide. Unequal access to reliable devices and high-speed internet at home means that relying heavily on technology for core learning can significantly exacerbate existing socioeconomic inequalities among students. I've also observed an erosion of critical thinking and deep reading skills. There's an increasing preference for superficial, quick information retrieval online, rather than the sustained, focused engagement required to grapple with complex texts or challenging ideas. Furthermore, the over-reliance on technology, coupled with persistent technical issues, often leads to valuable instructional time being wasted on troubleshooting, software updates, and managing connectivity problems. There's also a worrying assumption that technology can somehow replace quality, experienced teaching, which it absolutely cannot. For instance, I too often see students passively consuming slick video content or clicking through presentations instead of actively participating in robust discussions, collaborative problem solving, or the meticulous work of crafting a well-reasoned argument based on deep reading.
Mr. Miller, your concerns are noted, but I see them as manageable challenges. Distraction, for instance, is more about classroom management and teaching digital literacy than an inherent tech flaw. Strategies like guided access and clear task focus help, It's about teaching responsible use, not avoidance. The digital divide is a serious societal issue, demanding policy and funding solutions. However, withholding technology from schools that can provide it doesn't solve this. Schools can actually be equalizers by offering access many students lack at home. I also disagree that technology inherently erodes critical thinking. With the right pedagogical approach, tools for research, data analysis, and structured online discussions can significantly enhance critical thinking skills. The teaching strategy is paramount. And yes, technical issues exist, but these are overcome with proper teacher training in EdTech and reliable technical support. These are investments in effective integration, not reasons to abandon powerful tools.
Dr. Evans, managing distractions in a tech-filled classroom is an ongoing struggle that consumes significant teaching time, despite best efforts. It's not as simple as you suggest. In-school access helps, but the homework gap, due to lack of home technology, remains a significant equity issue. This disparity cannot be ignored when we mandate tech-based assignments. The correct use of tech for critical thinking is often an ideal. The pressures of the curriculum and limited resources mean that the nuanced integration you describe is frequently not the reality in busy classrooms. And the promised comprehensive training and support often don't materialize due to budget cuts, leaving teachers to cope alone with complex tools. This leads to underutilization or misapplication. So the practical challenges of widespread tech integration, in my experience, often overshadow the theoretical benefits, sometimes actively undermining our primary educational objectives.
Dr. Evans, Mr. Miller raises a very pertinent concern about the digital divide. Beyond simply providing devices within school walls, how can educational systems truly ensure that technology levels the playing field, rather than inadvertently widening the gap for disadvantaged students, particularly when it comes to learning that happens outside of school hours?
That's a crucial point, Alex. To truly level the field, we need robust community partnerships, collaborations with libraries and community centers to provide after-school tech access and support. Advocating for affordable home internet initiatives is also vital. Additionally, we should prioritize platforms with strong offline capabilities, allowing work without constant connectivity, thus ensuring materials downloaded at school are usable at home. It's about building an ecosystem of support.
Mr. Miller, you've convincingly highlighted the potential for an over-reliance on technology to erode valuable traditional skills. If we were to consciously reduce technology's pervasive role, what specific, highly effective traditional teaching methods do you believe are being most critically overshadowed or lost in the current environment? And how might they be revitalized to better serve our students?
Thank you, Alex. I believe methods like the Socratic Seminar, fostering deep, screen-free dialogue and critical reasoning, are critically overshadowed. Students learn to articulate and defend ideas through conversation. Similarly, rigorous, in-depth textual analysis, where students grapple with complex written material, is vital. We also overlook the cognitive benefits of handwriting for learning and memory, which is rapidly declining. Revitalizing these means making dedicated space for them in the curriculum and valuing the process, not just the digital output.
Considering both your insightful perspectives, what does an ideal balanced classroom look like to you in the next 5 years? Is there a viable middle ground where technology serves as a specific, targeted tool for particular purposes, rather than an all-encompassing digital environment? Briefly, what's one key principle each of you would advocate for achieving that balance?
For me, the key principle is purposeful integration. Technology should be selected and used only when it demonstrably enhances a specific learning goal or provides an experience otherwise impossible. It's about the why before the wow, with teachers well trained to make those pedagogical choices effectively.
My guiding principle would be pedagogy first, technology second. Teacher discretion, based on clear educational objectives and student needs, must always drive the decision of if, when, and how to use any tool, digital or otherwise. The human element in teaching remains paramount. In closing, I want to reiterate that technology is, and must be viewed as, a tool, one among many in a teacher's toolkit. It is not a panacea for educational challenges, and its uncritical, widespread adoption can, and often does, inadvertently harm the learning process it purports to support. We must never lose sight of the enduring, irreplaceable importance of human connection in the classroom, the dynamic between an engaged teacher and curious students. Foundational skills such as genuine critical thinking, effective interpersonal communication, and the capacity for deep, sustained reading are being undermined by an over-reliance on superficial digital interactions. Therefore, I advocate for a much more cautious, discerning, and evidence-based approach to technology integration. Pedagogical goals, student well-being, and the development of robust intellectual habits must always be the primary drivers, not the allure of the latest app or device. Let's prioritize profound learning over digital proliferation.
While I acknowledge the valid concerns raised about potential pitfalls, I firmly maintain that technology holds immense, transformative potential to enhance, enrich, and democratize education for all learners when approached thoughtfully. The fundamental challenge, as I see it, is not with the technology itself, but with how we choose to integrate, manage, and adapt to it. It's about smart strategy, not technophobia or unbridled enthusiasm. We must be critical consumers and creative implementers. I call for continued innovation in educational technology, coupled with robust, ongoing professional development for teachers, and a steadfast commitment to ensuring equitable access. If we navigate these aspects correctly, technology will undoubtedly empower our students with the skills, knowledge, and adaptability they need for a complex and increasingly digital future. Let's build that future responsibly.
Thank you both, Dr. Sarah Evans and Mr. David Miller, for such an insightful and thought-provoking discussion. You've given us a great deal to consider from your distinct and well-argued perspectives. It's clear that the core tension lies in effectively leveraging the undeniable benefits of classroom technology while diligently mitigating its potential risks to fundamental learning processes and equity. We encourage our audience to continue reflecting on these important questions as we all strive to shape the future of education. Thank you for joining us on Future Forward Education.